I tend to think that every home has a prodigal child. The one in Matthew 15 asked for his father's share and nearly pushed him over the edge. Yours has been troublesome at school, a fighter with siblings, hard to listen. All counseling sessions you have labored on him have fallen on deaf ears. It is even more painful when a minister's or a preacher's child is the one who has become prodigal. When we think of parenting, we often have a picture of a perfect child, a law-abiding boy, a submissive girl. It never crosses our mind that other times God can entrust you with a prodigal child for the next 18 years of your marriage. The word prodigal comes from the Latin word prodigal, which means wasteful, extravagant. It is derived from another word prodigy, which means to squander or to waste. In verse 11, Jesus begins by introducing a father who had two sons. This is typically a boy's home. Anybody who has raised boys can tell you that the chaos done by 2 boys equates to what 10 girls can do in a week. It has been said that parenting is not for the faint-hearted. Parenting boys is not a walk in a park. If you are not very careful, some of the boys can turn out to be prodigals. They rebel, they turn out to be strong-willed, and later on leave our homes. A young son demanded for his share from his father's inheritance and said, "Father, give me the portion of my share so that I can go away to a far country." We are not told the build-up of this story, but it seems the son demanded for his share for several weeks before he was granted. Imagine the tension between the father and the son in the corridors as they pulled ropes over the inheritance. Strong-willed children have such an iron will. They have the audacity to challenge the status quo. In the Middle East culture, demanding for your share when the father is still alive was considered disrespectful, a taboo, yet the strong-willed child demanded for it and left home. Strong-willed children will desire to test the boundaries and the limits you have put in place. When you get a strong-willed child, you stop labeling other parents as weak. You always say that other parents were lazy at discipline until you got one. This child has made an intercessor out of you as you fast and pray day by day. Keep plugging in there. One day you'll receive a phone call from another corner of the world, and it will be your prodigal son coming home as a pirate. Research shows that strong-willed children are world changers. They are born leaders and they are pace-setters. The world tends to concentrate on girls nowadays, forgetting that there is a boy nearby who is turning prodigal. When the world system gives scholarship to only girls, every conference is for girls, the best UN jobs are for girls, you disable the boy child who is the future head of that home. Because society has discriminated boys, most of them have become prodigal. So the father divided his assets between them. And after not many days, the son gathered everything and went on to a long distance in a far country. As a parent, it is painful to detach from your child when his time has not yet come. We get attachment disorders. Children struggle to call us daddy because we separated with them for a long time and so early. The earliest bond formed by children and their caregivers forms a lasting connectedness. If you lose a child's connection early, you have lost a future friend. Arguing is almost completely ineffective getting young people to change. Refuse to take the bait when teenagers are angry and demanding. 2 wrongs cannot make a right. Don't raise voices at the same time. You deserve respect from the prodigal child. Let them misbehave, but withdraw all the privileges until they cool down to accept your counsel. The son then squandered everything in reckless living. He was seeking pleasure, but only to find emptiness in the world. During crisis teenage years, let your young people know that the world out there is attractive but empty and never satisfies. Parenting a prodigal child is our session. Thank you for listening. Patrick, Living Work Community.